I wish I had a deep voice like that. And I raised mighty warriors. Like, it's not happening. This is an awesome moment of Family Sunday, if I say so myself, where we have our kids ministry moment. So I would like to ask all of my elementary school from K to 5th grade, come on, make your way up here, guys. Make your way up here, make your way up here. I want you to give it up for the kids ministry. Come on, come on, come on. Hi, Maggie. What's up, guys? Oh, don't hurt me now. I am. Hey, so really quick, can we do something special? This is really cool. So Miss Amanda, Pastor Amanda, she is not here today because she graduated this past Friday at SEU. Yeah. One of our Journey College graduates, man, and we're so excited. And so can we look at the camera over there? Y'all see the camera over there? Can we say hi, Pastor Amanda? No, can we do it again? Hi, Pastor Amanda. Yeah, we're so proud of everything that Pastor Amanda is doing, and she does a wonderful job with our kids ministry. And since she is gone, she had humbly asked me, which is a bad idea, to do the kids ministry moment. Because I'm a youth pastor, but I love kids ministry because guess what? They're all going to be in youth ministry one day. Woo! Yeah. And for those of you, when you guys come to youth, I love chaos. Chaos is my middle name. And so this is what's going to happen. Real quick, before we get started, last Sunday they did a lesson, and we talked about Jesus having to wash some pretty nasty, dirty feet. Some pretty busted feet, right? And what did that teach us? That Jesus showed us how to live. Jesus showed us how to live. Who said that? Who said that? Was that you, Corinne? Look at you, you scholar. Jesus showed us how to live. And so Jesus took that moment, and what he did was he became a servant. Even though he was the Son of God, he became the servant for a moment and washed some pretty nasty, smelly feet. So this is what we're doing today, guys. We are washing some pretty nasty, I'm just kidding. I'm not going to do that to you kids. I'm just kidding. But Cooper said he'd leave. So this is what we're going to do, kids. We're going to play a game, okay? We're going to play a nice little game. We're going to have a race, okay? And this is what we're going to do. We're going to separate into two teams. And you see there, we have a whole trough full of water. Did any of you bring extra clothes? No? Okay, it's fine. So what we're going to do, guys, is we're going to separate into two teams, and we're going to have ourselves a little race, all right? And I have cups here, and what you're going to do is you guys are going to fill up your cup, and you're going to run all the way over here, and you're going to drop some water, and whichever team fills up the bucket first wins. You don't win anything, but you just get to say you won. Woo! And so that's what we're going to do. And so I'm going to ask some of my youth students, small youth students, come on. If you guys can help them split into two teams, let's get two teams going here, or however you need to do it. So guys, go ahead and go this way. Yeah, assembly line. Yeah, come on. Yeah. Go ahead. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Yeah, there we go. All right, so if you are a 1, go ahead and line up right here. I'm sorry, Danny, you're gonna get the worst of it. Go ahead and line up right here if you're a 1. Ones come here, 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 and back up a little bit, 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 back up a little bit. Yeah. All right, now all my 2s, go ahead and come around this way. Yeah, come around this way. Yeah. Go ahead, go through. Yeah, you guys are awesome. Good job. Man, give it up for our kids. They're listening so well. I hope Pastor Amanda can teach my kids to listen. No, it's not possible. All right, so who's the first one up? Are you going to be the first one? Yeah? Okay. Go ahead and give it to my little man over here. Thank you so much. And you're gonna be first one. Maggie, you're gonna be the first one, okay? So look at me, right here. All right, so remember, you're gonna fill up your cup with water and you're gonna race your way all the way over there. And our youth students are gonna let us know which team won, okay? Then whoever team wins has to wash my feet. No, don't worry, you're not gonna do that. Yeah, you're not gonna do that. All right, so Maggie, you ready? Buddy, what's your name again? Kenna, are you ready? You sure? You're gonna beat everybody? You're gonna blast them out? You got this? All right, get ready. Get set. Go! Come on, let's root them on. Go, Maggie. Yeah. Right, not in the bucket. Let's go. Come on, next person. Come on, that's it. Let's do it. Cheer your teams on. Let's go. Good job. Woo. Come on, next person. Go ahead. Oh, dude, you're in the lead. Oh, not just, so clean. There you go. Come on, guys. Come on. Next person. Race. Woo! Come on. Let's do this. Chaos, mess. I love it. Let's do this. Good job. There we go. You are killing it. Come on. Where we're at? Oh my gosh. Team 2. Oh, your bucket is looking halfway full. Team 2, let's go. Let's do this. Come on. Let's go. Good job. Yeah. She said, nah, I'm good. You got this. Go. Yo, Kason, you missed the bucket, buddy. Oh, Pastor Tim, I'm fired. Let's do this. Good job. Oh my gosh, we are almost there. Amanda, I'm sorry I did this. Almost there. Oh, why are you guys slowing down? Where's the intensity? Come on. Why are you guys slowing down? Let's go. Boom! Not the bucket. That's good. Oh, you left your water. This is great. Phenomenal. Go ahead. You're almost there, Team 2. You're almost there. Team 2. Let's go. You're almost there. To the top. Look at that. Oh. There we go. Good job. Pastor Tim, what are your assessments of the game?
It's quite messy.
It is. Good job. All right. Yeah, I'm glad we don't have carpet. Oh my gosh, just one more cup for Team 2. One more cup for Team 2. Let's go. Team 2 took the game. Give it up. Give it. Go Team 2. Hey, I'm fired. I don't know what else is gonna happen. Good job, Team 2. All right, go ahead, kids. Before you come sit down, come up here one more time. I would like to take this moment and this time. There's a mop bucket behind the curtain here. If y'all want to utilize that. I know,
careful,
right? I did.
Careful.
All right, guys, listen to me, kids. So I would like to take this next moment for BGMC. Hey, X, what's BGMC?
Boys and Girls Missionary Challenge.
Boys and Girls Missionary Challenge. And our kids are raising money for Backyard Orphans.
Yeah.
It's a wonderful organization. Their goal for this year is $2,500. I don't know where they are currently with
About
that.
$1,500.
About $1,500. Our kids have raised $1,500. So $2,500 is next, guys. And you know what? We love to take this moment to allow you to donate to our students.
Somebody out there has $1,000. They can just
Someone
meet that need right now.
can beat this right now. And so what we'd like you to do is we're going to ask our kids to go and get some money from all of you. So if you have your wallets, if you have your purses, you got some change, you got a $1 bill, $2 bill, $3 bill, whatever it is. But if you have something you can give, go ahead and go get it, kids. Go ask, go get it, go get it, go get it. And I'm going to ask Mr. Danny. Mr. Danny, you in here, Danny? Danny? Oh, Danny Lehman. Danny Lehman. Danny Lehman. Mr. Danny Lehman. There he is. Hey, Danny, do you mind collecting all the money for BGMC? Yes. So Mr. Danny, guys, is going to collect all the money for BGMC. Make sure you go take it to Mr. Danny. There's a bucket right there by Samuel, I believe. I'm doing it. I love you.
We're going to add it up, and if it doesn't hit 1,000, we're going to send them back out again.
Yeah, if it doesn't hit 1,000, you're going to get axed again. Try saying no to these little kids.
I know, right?
Huh? Okay. We found $20 on the floor. We're just going to assume that's BGMC. Love you guys. All right, guys. Give it up for our kids ministry. Come on, man. God is so good. We are in need of volunteers. Look at these beautiful faces. I went to a conference this weekend, and it's something that was so great about this conference was when Jesus had all the children come to him, he said, those who welcome them are welcoming me, right? Those who are welcoming the kids, those who are welcoming the youth, you're welcoming me. I want to tell y'all something, man. These kids that you're serving, y'all welcoming Jesus. Mm-hmm. Jesus said, you're welcoming me, and this is who you're serving. This is who you're welcoming in. So on Sunday nights when I do youth, man, I'm serving Jesus. Those volunteers who are serving on Sunday mornings and who come and they sacrifice their time and everything, man, they are welcoming Jesus. And so I just want to encourage you, if you are able to serve, at least once a month is more than enough. And so if you are willing to serve, we also have our special needs ministry that we need some volunteers for as well. Scan this QR code so that way you can get signed up and we can reach out to you and get you involved. But remember, you are welcoming Jesus. You're loving Jesus. And so I just want to encourage y'all with that. And let's give it up for Pastor Tim, guys. He's going to bring this word. I'm excited.
Well, I'm sorry I don't have a game or activity for the adults quite like that. So aren't you thankful for Pastor Noel and his energy, his passion? You know, it's interesting. I don't think anybody would argue that Pastor Noel is passionate. Whether it's about the youth and the kids, about soccer, about so many things, he's a passionate guy. So I thought I'd just start off by giving us a really good definition of passion, really good definition of Pastor Noel. Strong and barely controllable emotion. If you know Pastor Noel, you know he's strong and barely controllable. Today we start week number 33 of this sermon series we've been walking through called The Story. And we've been in this sermon series for a couple of years now. And we're just methodically walking through Scripture, not quite verse by verse or even chapter by chapter, but book by book. And we are currently in the book of Judges. And we're kind of rounding it out today. And so this is actually part 3 of Samson's story. And so Samson is a familiar story, but today we're going to wrap up this part of the story. Actually, I want to talk to you about passion today. We are all passionate about a lot of different things, aren't we? Passion is this strong emotion. I mean, for me, I'm passionate about my kids. You may know that about me. I remember somebody saying recently that one of the things they love most about me is that I don't put my kids as second tier. I make sure that I prioritize them. I attend their events. I'm emotionally present for them. I make time, because love is communicated through time, right? Not through things, not through stuff, but through time. And so I prioritize my kids. I am passionate about my kids. I love being a dad. From day one, even with all of its ups and downs, being a dad is one of my favorite things in the world. Equal to that is basketball. I love the game of basketball. By the way, I mentioned I've been sick, so I'm going to try to not have any of my coughing fits, so forgive me if I'm a little more even-keeled than normal. I don't even know if that's possible. But I'm also passionate about basketball. Anybody passionate about basketball in the room today? My son in the back of the room, and Kendrick, of course. Ariana is too. I was just talking about you this morning, sir. And how many of you are passionate about being parents? That tells me what kind of morning you had with your kids. Everybody else is like, nope, not today. But when you put those two things together, for me, my kids and basketball, that passion grows even stronger, doesn't it? I mean, many of you get tired of my Facebook posts where I check in from yet a different basketball place, right? Like, oh, there he is again. I do that for me, not for you, by the way. But I love to keep markers of those things because I imagine, well, I don't even imagine. I know at the place I'm in life now, I would love to have those things from my parents back when I was a kid and they were attending all of my events and coming to all of my stuff. I think it's a great record of those things. But when you put basketball and my kids together, man, my passion rises. I have to confess, I may have yelled at a referee again this past weekend. But I'm just passionate. I get passionate. I'm passionate about my marriage. You may know that. I love my wife. I love our date nights. Man, if you have consistent good date nights, aren't they just something that, man, you just cannot wait to get to the next one? I just love that. I love to eat good food, too. That helps. But I love to go out on date nights. You know, my wife and I, we still laugh together. Mostly it's her laughing at me, but we still laugh together. We're still adventurous. We enjoy life. We actually, see, I'm getting a little wound up. We work really well as a team. She compliments my weaknesses, and I haven't discovered any of hers yet. We have the same goals. We're passionate about the same things. We're even passionate about each other. You may know this about me, but I'm also passionate about education. I love to learn. I love to study. I love to write. Discovering new things or new ways to look at old things, that excites me. I'm passionate about being a pastor. There are days where maybe it seems like I'm not so excited about it, but I actually love what I do. I love being your pastor. I love to see people discover Jesus for the first time. I love it when people discover freedom in their lives from things that have held them back for years. I get excited at the thought of folks going all in for Jesus and loving on others. I had to say that for the Lampins. They're not here today, but they said they hate it when people say that. Loving on others. Why don't you just take a minute, turn to some people around you, and tell them what you're passionate about. Go ahead, turn, talk. Tell them what you're passionate about. If you're watching at home, why don't you put in the comments what it is you're passionate about? What excites you? Just type it in the comments there. Now, hey, listen, some of you guys, I heard you turn to that lady sitting next to you and say, I'm passionate about you, baby. I heard it. Good opportunity. Date night's coming up. It's all right. But we all have passions, don't we? We're all passionate about something. And those passions are powerful. Passion, in fact, I would submit, has the ability to sustain us in a difficult season. You know it well. When you're having a bad week at work or a bad season of life, there are those things that you're passionate about that you just can't wait to get to. It brings life even to the dead parts of you. Passion does that for us. If we're being honest, our passions can also ruin our lives in a moment. Sometimes our passions are misplaced or unchecked or unbridled. And those passions that end up like that in our lives can lead to ruin. Passion can either help us or hurt us many times. And I would submit that some of us are even passionate about the wrong things. And we use passion, as I do with referees, to excuse being mean, rude, dysfunctional, and demeaning. Come on, somebody. Oh, sorry, I'm just passionate about that. No, you're not. You may be passionate about it, but you're also a jerk. I've had to apologize more than once for being passionate about something. And Samson, this story of Samson that we're walking through and ending today, Samson, as we all hopefully know by now, he was a passionate guy. He was full of passion. The ladies, come on. He was passionate about the ladies. He was passionate about the limelight. He loved to be the one that got all the recognition. He was passionate about showing off his strength. He was passionate about taking credit for God's work. Let's pick up the story in chapter 16 of Judges. It says sometime later, so after all these other things that we've explored, and by the way, if you missed our atypical Wednesday night, you missed a real great deep dive into this story. We went deep into this story in the verses and chapters that we didn't cover. Excuse me. It was amazing. Anyway, sometime later, he fell in love with yet another woman in the valley of Sorek, whose name was Delilah. And that's probably a name that's familiar to most of us. So he falls in love, or at least what he thinks is love, falls in love with Delilah. The rulers of the Philistines, they're sneaky, so they send people to Delilah, and they say, see if you can lure him into showing you the secret of his great strength and how we can overpower him so we may tie him up and subdue him. So they were trying to finally overtake this man who had literally killed thousands of Philistines. And remember, they're under captivity, right? And so Samson has been risen up as their deliverer, as the one who will free them and bring final peace, at least they hope, to Jerusalem. And so he's in this mode of trying to free the Jewish people, but he's got all these blind spots and bad habits and pride. And so they're trying to subdue him so they can keep these people that they've taken into captivity. And so they offered Delilah the lure of money. Each one of us will give you 1,100 shekels of silver. And you see, I think in this moment we get to see a little bit of both sides of the equation, both Samson's passion and Delilah's passion. And here's what I know is true about misplaced passion. Misplaced passion invites manipulation. Misplaced passion invites manipulation, either from you or from others. Manipulation. Did you know that the number one person you manipulate when you're dealing with your passions is yourself? You know that? The number one person you manipulate is yourself when you're dealing with the passions of life. Oh man, listen, you know this. I can make a really good excuse to do anything I want to do. I can manipulate my own thinking, my own feeling. I can manipulate my own thoughts, my own logic, just so that I can get what I want. You don't have to agree with that. It's okay. I can make a really good excuse for why I should miss work to attend a basketball game. It's the Lakers. It's LeBron. When am I going to get another chance to see this non-GOAT player? Jordan all the way, right, Danny? And that's how I know we need to get younger as a congregation. Because this next generation, including my son, I think, are you a LeBron or a Jordan guy? I don't know why I don't know that. LeBron? Yeah. Who's LeBron? Yeah, Charlie is too. All right, fine. Get out. I can make a really good excuse. I can make a really good excuse to buy an expensive vacation for me and my wife with money I really don't have. Period. I can make those. I can manipulate myself to make that seem like a really good idea. And I say, well, I'm just passionate about my marriage. I'm just passionate about basketball. No, I'm just an impulsive spender. I just lack self-control. I just lack priorities in my life. Listen, we can manipulate ourselves with the best of them, and especially when it comes to something that we think we're really passionate about. We can convince ourselves about anything. Or, as we see more clearly in Samson's story, others will come along and manipulate us. It's what business marketers know well, don't they? If they can manipulate your passion, they've got you. It's why our phones are always listening to us. You're aware of that, right? Facebook kind of perks up when we get passionate about something, like dog food. And then we open the app, and there's the perfect dog food that will make our dog live forever. Like, how did they know? They took our passion and they turned it into marketing. Or maybe for you, it's cats. Could you imagine if cats could live forever? Nobody would want that. I mean, 9 lives is going way too far. All the cat lovers are giving me the mean eye. I did have this shirt. You guys notice this? It says, Jesus loves cats. All right, just because she asked. The back of the shirt says, but I don't. What? Tammy Strop, if you know her, she's on our board. She made me that shirt. I may have said a few things about cats over the years, I don't know. But marketing companies know they can manipulate you if they can tap into your passion. If they can tap into that strong yet barely controllable emotion that all of us deal with. But then we end up blaming them, don't we? Well, that marketing company, they got me. That infomercial got me. Now I got 20 cans of this spray-on glue that I don't know what to do with it. Really, the truth is that you got you. You allowed your passion to override your thinking. You allowed your passion to open yourself up to manipulation. Your misplaced, undisciplined, uncontrolled passion manipulated you, and now you're stuck with a credit card bill you can't pay off for 5 years. You see, when we're passionate, we tend to only listen to voices that indulge our passions. You know that about yourself? We tend to tune out everything else. When somebody comes along or an ad comes along, something comes along that affirms our already decided on passions, we listen to that. Oh, well, there you go. Must be true. It must be real. So then we act. I just want to caution you that there will always be someone out there that will tell you you're right. There will always be somebody out there that tells you you're justified in the things you believe and the things that you are passionate about. But friends, we need true friends, don't we? We need true friends that will tell us to calm down when we're wound up, Jess Marie. True friends that will put us in check. True friends that will speak truth to us when our passions are out of control. And I would add that passions don't only have to be based in emotion. We immediately tie it to emotion, don't we? I mean, emotion is a fine indicator. It's a fine thing to have emotions about what you're passionate about. But if it doesn't make sense without the emotion, it's probably not something you should be indulged in. May not be something worth being passionate about. Because after all, the kind of passion that's all emotion, that kind of passion is a fire that requires more and more gas to be poured on it in order for it to keep burning. Listen, I am passionate about the Colts. I thought that would get more of an ovation than that. Blake, come on, man, you're with me, right? And so for the last 3 days, guess what I've been doing? I've been sick, so I've been watching the draft. Every single round of the draft. As exciting as it is. Now, the Colts, they had, 12, 13 picks this year. Kind of a big year for them to draft. And I got to tell you, I'm excited about our prospects by what Danny's telling me. I'm excited about Richardson. He's the quarterback I wanted us to draft. He's got upside potential. He is the most athletic QB in the draft. I am excited about this season to see what unfolds. Just like I've been excited about every season for the last 40 years. At this point. I'm always excited at this point. But listen, and I'm a diehard fan. I've been a fan since the 80s and 90s of the Jeff George era. I'm not even going to go there. But we watched this, and I felt my excitement growing. But you know what? I've been here before. And I know that if they don't have a great preseason, if they don't have a great start to the season, if they don't jump out to number one in the AFC South, my passion is going to fade. Why? Because it's all emotion. It's all emotion. Who cares if the Colts win a dang game? It really doesn't matter to life. Some of y'all take it far too seriously. But it really doesn't matter because it's all emotionally driven. And when it's emotionally driven, it takes more and more gasoline to keep the fire burning. And without that gasoline, it goes away. So it's not a passion to live or die on, is it? It's not a passion to argue with other people about. It's not a passion that we should find ourselves fighting about. All right, back to Samson. Chapter 16, verse 6. So Delilah goes to Samson, and she says, "Tell me the secret of your great strength and how you can be tied up and seduced." What? My throat's a little off. Is that how you read the Bible? No, that's not all. That's not at all. I don't know about you. Go back to that slide. Go back. When I read that, though, like red flags, like run, Forrest, run. Like how you can be tied up and subdued. I mean, come on, Samson. But you see what's happening? Samson's passionate about Delilah. He's passionate about the relation. He's in love. Come on, somebody. Some of y'all are in dating relationships. You imagine you're in love, and so it causes you to do some dumb things. You can't recognize exactly what's happening. And Samson finds himself in this moment. It's a moment where his passion is opening the door to manipulation. And so Samson answers her, "If anyone ties me up with 7 fresh bowstrings that have not been dried, I'll become as weak as any other man." Now, we all know that's not true. You guys have read the story, right? That was the homework from a few weeks ago. You know this story. It's not true. He's playing the game. Samson's no dummy. He's not coming along in this story as an oof. Like, he knows what's going on, and so he's playing the game. He's walking on ice. He's walking the line. He's gonna mess around a little bit. He's in love. He's passionate. He wants to show once again how he's strong and powerful and dominant and in control. And you see, when we're passionate about something, and those passions lead to manipulation, we're often not being ignorant, stupid, or dumb. In fact, we're being oftentimes really smart about how we're being manipulated. But she's indulging his passions. She's saying, "Oh, big and strong Samson, you're so strong. Let me see those muscles." I mean, reality, he's probably not wearing a shirt anyway, right? Like, this is a long time ago. So Samson, he tricks her, right? Several times. Each time he breaks free. Each time Delilah's not impressed. And after this last time, she comes to him and she says, "You have made a fool of me. You lied to me. Come now. Tell me how you can be tied." The things I'll do for Jesus. Now you would think at this point he's just going to walk away laughing. I'm not going to tell you my secret. I'm not going to tell you how I can be subdued, how I'm just going to walk away on my calling from God and leave all of my family, the Jewish people, here in exile, in oppression, and in captivity. And we find ourselves rooting for Samson at this point, right? Come on, Samson, yeah, don't tell her. This could be it. This could be it. You want a moment like the biggest moment, this could be it. Just walk away. Just don't do it. You're the deliverer. Don't walk away. So there's another recognition we've got to make about passion. And that's that misplaced passion. It actually blinds us. Not only does it open us to manipulation, it actually blinds us. I think of the story of the Apostle Paul. The Apostle Paul. He was passionate. He was a passionate guy. In fact, you would say he was probably the most passionate Jew of his day. You know what made him passionate? You know why people called him passionate? Because he loved to kill those Christians. He loved to live in zeal, as he put it. He loved to just hold the letter of the law and get rid of all those Christians who were obviously not according to the law. And literally, Jesus had to show up and literally blind him, but he was already blinded by his passion. And for so many of us, we're already blinded by our passion. We need those scales to fall off so that we can see the truth, so that we can see really what's going on. Misplaced passion, it blinds us. I mean, we all know people, don't we? We all know people that we look at and we say, how in the world could they have done that? It seems so obvious. How could they end up with him? Don't they know him? Don't they see what he does? I mean, how could they buy that? They don't need that. How is it that they could allow their life to just spiral out of control so quickly? It seems so obvious to us on the outside. But the truth is that misplaced passion, it blinds us. We all have people that we once looked up to, and they crashed and burned and let us down. For many of those people, they were probably blinded by misplaced passion. And what seems obvious to us on the outside is not even in the sight for the person acting on that misplaced passion. They can't see it at all. In fact, you've probably tried to correct them, and they're like, you're wrong. You don't understand. If you only talked to him, if you only knew him like I know him, if you only knew my situation, if you only knew how many times I've tried before, if you only knew the depths of my pain. You say, no, honestly, that's all good, but like I know what's going on. I can see clearly, and your passion is blinding you. That's why we all need those people outside of us who will speak truth to us, who will help us identify our blind spots. And Samson, he, without a doubt, had his blind spots. And instead of turning and running, you know the story. It says this. Then she said to him, how can you say, I have to continue with it now, right? How can you say, I love you when you won't confide in me? This is the third time you've made a fool of me and haven't told me the secret of your great strength. That right there is a big clue, right? You've made a fool of me. In front of who? I thought you were just asking me about this. What do you mean I've made a fool of you in front of me? No, this is all fun and games. Still didn't get it. With such nagging, she prodded him day after day until he was sick to death of it. Now, if that's the verse you connect to the most, will you raise your hand? I'm just kidding. Don't do it. Don't do it. With such nagging, she prodded him day after day until he was sick to death of it. She wore him down. She wore him down. Listen, look at the metaphor. As strong as Samson was, she made him weak. Or should I say his passions made him weak? Let's be honest. There's probably a part of him already that wanted to be wore down. That love is blind thing. We want to be worn down, don't we? We want to be weak and helpless and shaking at the knees. We want somebody to show us attention and affection and love. Man, when I was sick this week, Consuela, she did a great job of helping me get over my sickness. Normally, she does not like to be around sick people, including her husband. But this week, she did a really good job. She's watching online. Love you, babe. So he tells her. Samson tells Delilah. Tells her about the hair. Cut off all my hair and my strength's gone. Why I keep my hair short, by the way. I don't want to show off in front of any of you guys. So Delilah, hair gets cut, right? The Philistines, they come in as before, and she yells as she has famously before, Samson, the Philistines are upon you. And then one of the saddest scriptures in the Bible. Samson awakes from his sleep and he thought, I'll go out as I did before and I'll shake myself free. And so many of us do this. And we think that yesterday's strength is enough. We imagine somehow that all of the lessons I've learned in life are plenty. I don't need to grow. I don't need to move. I don't need to do anything further. I'll just handle it as I did before. And we find ourselves in that rut of sameness. And eventually we wake up and we imagine that tomorrow will be like yesterday. And we discover, no, the Lord is no longer with us. Samson finds that the Lord had left him. And it leads to his downfall. Now, I've got to be clear on this. Scripture tells us very clearly that God will never leave us nor forsake us. And so the wording of this does get a little bit tricky, doesn't it? But I will assert to you that I definitely believe, and I know in my own experience, that there are seasons and circumstances in life where we move ourselves away from God. I don't believe that it's God moving away from us. I believe it's us moving away from God, creating that barrier, creating that gap. In fact, I would say it this way: misplaced passion, it always affects our faith. Misplaced passion always affects our faith. We like to try to imagine that the things we're passionate about are the same things that God is passionate about. But church, if God is always in agreement with you, that is no longer God. That is a God that you've created in your image. Not all of our passions are God's passions. And this is so tough. This is so hard. Because for many of us, we're passionate about important things, aren't we? Human trafficking, the poor, the suffering, sickness, culture, society. And when it seems as though God isn't quite tracking along with us, we can find a place where our faith is literally shook. Where we begin to question God or question the things of God. It can feel like the Lord has left us. God, I'm trying to do the work. I'm trying to stay passionate. I'm trying to do what I think is right. And our faith becomes affected. And I just want to suggest today, and I'd love to camp out on this, but we just don't have time, but God is far more concerned about your heart than your causes. God is far more concerned about your heart than your causes. God is far more concerned about your heart than your causes. Far too many of us are trying to further a cause without having a right heart. We're trying to further a cause because we've been hurt. We're trying to further a cause because we've experienced something. We're trying to further a cause because we imagine it's the right thing. Without having your heart right, your cause will not be successful, church. Your heart must come first. Our causes come first from a heart that's spent time understanding the things that God is passionate about. Don't let your political party tell you what God is passionate about. Don't let your favorite televangelist or podcast preacher tell you what God is passionate about. Don't let your experiences, your prejudices, your biases and opinions to tell you what God is passionate about. Spend time with God and let Him inform your passions. Titus chapter 2, for the grace of God, I'm so thankful for that, has appeared that offers salvation to all people. It teaches us to say no. So what kinds of things? Well, worldly passions for one. And we see right off the bat this really big word that I would submit to you, God is always passionate about, His grace. God is always, always, and forever passionate about His grace. In fact, we see it in Samson's story, don't we? Chapter 16, verse 22, worship team, come on back up. It says, but the hair on his head began to grow after it had been shaved. Listen to me. Sometimes we have to look for God's grace in the small things, don't we? God could have easily said, well, Samson, you were disobedient, so now you're going to be bold for the rest of your life. Some of you must have been disobedient. Just kidding, just kidding. But instead, listen, God extends His grace. He extends his unmerited favor into Samson's life once again. And he says, yeah, you know, that wasn't the right thing. You messed up. You allowed your passions to take control. And even through that, my grace is not only available to you, but my grace is sufficient for you. And that is something that God is always passionate about. And so my big idea for today is simply this. When our passions align with God's, we'll see his grace grow. Just like the hair on Samson's head. Church, we are a church that follows God's passions. For each of us, we need to discover what God's passion is for our lives. And a verse that I probably could use every week that I preach. Romans 12:2. Maybe you know it by heart by now. But don't conform to the worldly passions. Don't let those inform and direct your life. But instead be transformed by focusing on the things that God's passionate about. By discovering those things and living those things out. And then you'll be able to test and approve God's will for you. And when you find it, it'll be good, pleasing, and perfect. And isn't that what we all desire? Stand to your feet and let's worship him together.
Worthy is the Lamb who was slain.
Holy, holy is he. And sing a new song to him who sits on heaven's mercy seat.
Worthy is the Lamb who was slain. Holy, holy is he. Sing a new song to him who sits on
Heaven's mercy seat. And holy, holy, holy is the Lord God Almighty, who was and is to come. With all creation I sing praise to the King of Kings. You are my everything, and I will adore you. And clothed in rainbows of living color, flashes of lightning, rolls of thunder. Let's sing in honor, strength, and glory and power be to you, the only wise King. And holy, holy, holy is the Lord God Almighty, who was and is to come. With all creation I sing praise to wonder, and awestruck wonder at the mention of your name. Jesus, your name is power, breath and living water, such a marvelous mystery. And holy, holy, holy is the Lord God Almighty, who was and is to come. Hey. With all creation I sing praise to the King of Kings. You are my everything, and I will
Adore you.
sing holy, holy. And holy, holy, holy is the Lord God Almighty, who was and is to
Come.
with all creation. With all creation I sing praise to the King of Kings. You are my everything, and I will adore you. I will adore you. Praise report. I think I won a new car. Someone left their keys at the cafe. So if you have a GMC and you don't have your keys on you, this youth pastor just got another car. Hey, is this yours, Chanel? No. So please check if you have a GMC vehicle and you're missing your keys. I have them right here. Oh, there we go. Here you go, Tiffany. I was praying nobody would answer. No, I'm good. I got another mouth to feed that's coming in. No, I'm good. Well, the blessing, if you would receive it, please. May the Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make his face shine on you and be gracious to you. May the Lord turn his face towards you and give you peace. In Jesus' name, amen. Amen. I would like to encourage you, once again, if it's your first time here, maybe we haven't got to meet you, please don't rush out. Let us meet you. Pastor Tim's back there ready to greet you. And just hope you have a blessed Sunday. It's holy, holy, holy is the Lord God.